Okay, so welcome back again. In this episode, we'll be looking at more widgets. So today we're just going to look at a few more widgets we can interact with in our Flutter application. And which one should I start from? I'm looking at cat. So I'm just going to use a column. So child column. What's with my capital letters? To column. So inside this you're going to have children. Children is already passed. So we are looking at these widgets. We will be looking at cat and inkwell and text. Okay, so first thing we are looking at is the inkwell widget. So inkwell. So I believe you've all seen there's this tiny little effect we get when we tap or click on a button or something which is clickable. You can see that there is some tiny ripples or very faint ripples you see on the surface of the object. Now this is basically like, you see the name says inkwell. That is, if you have a well, right? A well full of ink. The ink simply means colors. So if you tap on it, it's going to cause ripples. So it's going to send something like waves. So let's just go to this. I'll say something like inkwell. I'll pass the child to be a size box. Let me just make a size box, and then height 40, and then width 80, 100. Okay. I should just use container for this. I'm sorry. I just want to give it a color. So colors that's blue. Okay, so we should have a container like this, right? Now because we've passed this in an inkwell, okay, it doesn't work. Is when you tap on it, student. Now we can use inkwell to make its child clickable. Okay, by default container is not clickable. It does not respond to click event. So if you want to have any widget that you want it to accept clicks or to accept taps, if you have any widgets and then you want to make it accept taps or any response to like gestures, we have this inkwell to support that. So if you want to make a picture clickable, if you want to make a text clickable and then perform some functions underneath it, you can use an inkwell. Okay, so we have all these properties here. So on tap, double tap, long press, on tap down, tap up, tap cancel, secondary tap. Okay, all these. So we have the colors too over there. So this is for like tap events and then all that. So that is one of the stuff you can do. We can do with inkwell, usually to handle gestures like tap event. Okay, so I want to make this container clickable right now, even though it's still in inkwell, but when I click you don't see anything. Okay, now let's change it something like, let's add this parameter on tap. That means when I tap on it, what should happen? So you should just print tapped, right? Let's clear the console. So now I tap on this, see tapped. Now we can't see the ripples here, we can't see it. I really wish I can zoom in. Let me see. Okay, yeah, and let's see if I can click. Oh shit. Okay, I really can click on this, but if you were to use something, okay, you can see it, but it's not really that deep. let me use something like yellow, green, to see if you really can see it. But the thing is that when I click on it, you should see a little color change or something like that. No, not this one. Let me see if I can pass parameters to that. Is the highlight color? You can even set the mouse cursor. So the mouse cursor is like material state cursor dot clickable. So this will not work for mobile, so let's just stop it. So I can add where is that splash? So let me add a splash color. So it takes just a color, so I'll say colors the red, yes, so that when I tap on this, oh, it's still not seeing it. Oh well, I mean, Inkwell is used to wrap widgets to make them clickable, okay, to make them tappable. All right, I will jump away from Inkwell. It's taking all our time. We also have gesture detector. It doesn't have this. So gesture detector also have classes like on tap, okay, and then it has a lot of classes like on tap, and then it's a candy tap, but it has more like swipe. Okay, you have double tap, you have a long press, a doors will be brave. I mean, every possible gesture you can think of. So vertical drag down, force press, that all of these, and pan down, pan start, pan cancel, all of these are gestures that you can perform on a widget. So this is also going to give us the same thing, right? So that is the gesture detector. So if you want to be able to swipe on an object, you know, pan like this and then create something, yeah, they are all available in the gesture detector. I'll just run away to go to this visible widget instead. So I'm going to move this widget, move, and then I'll go to so let's have our container there. Okay, I'll delete the one. Okay, let me add. So we want to look at a card. Okay, when I say a card, we all know what a card does. So this is what properties can I give? So the card has these properties. Okay, so anything you are going to put in here, so let me just put an image. No, so let me just change this one and come and put it here. So let me put this one. So this is a child of a card. So I mean that it's not big enough, but you should, let me see it. Okay, it's okay. You should see that it gives it some form of elevation. Okay, so I can actually manually do the elevation, and I'll say 10. So it raises the object. You can see some shadow underneath it. So we have cards. You have it. You have the ability to change the surface, the shadow color, and then when your mouse cursor is over it or when you are scrolling away from it, the color it gives. You have the shape. Okay, now this card is a child of when can I say, it's a subclass of the material widgets. Let me put something like an image here. To image, oh no, image, your assets. Do you have an image here? To avatar one. Okay, so I can put this image here, say asset. So do you have this images slash avatar .png? I'm sure. Now what is wrong here? Image can be, oh, I must, so child, it's a child. I'm just giving this an image. Is it PNG? Oh, JPEG. So JPG. Okay, and you should see our image. Now as you can see, let me just make it 100. You see we have a shadow underneath it, right? Now if to expand it more, see 400, you should see a very big card. Now if you look closer, you can see the corners are rounded. Okay, by default this is how. Let me make it 350. So you can see the corners are rounded, but the image is way too big, so let me just reduce the image so that we can see the space. Oh, let me just add padding. So I'll just give it 20 so that I can see enough spaces. Now you see this is the image, and then this is the card. Okay, so this is what the elevation does. If I'm to change the elevation to 0, you can see that there's no distance here. Change it to 1 and you see a tiny, so that's what basically a card does. It's like a card. Okay, and there's so many parameters you can pass to the card. By default you can see the border radius. Yeah, it's rounded. I think it's 8. So that's that. You can pass a shape to it, but then I won't even do that. The card is from a material, so we have a widget called material. Okay, so it also does the same thing, but as you can see, this one is not rounded. Okay, so we can use the material to actually create other material widgets. So we can see something like the type, and you can see material.button, canvas, card, circle. Right, let's choose circle and see what happens. You see, wow, you can create a circle with that, but you can create a card with that. So if you create a card, you see it comes as a card. Right, you can give it shape. Okay, I'm not talking about shape. Okay, shape. So I can see rounded, rectangle border, and then border radius. So border radius, the circular, now say 30, and then you can see that this also gets rounded. Okay, so basically that these are material widgets. I'm going to run away from these two to still in the container. Yeah, I'm going to use, okay, I'm going to take away the image too. So here I'll be looking at these two widgets, the check, so the check box widget. Now there's the checkbox widget. Should I look at this? Okay, this is a checkbox widget, and then we have the name parameter value is required, and then the name parameter unchanged is required. So you can supply this unchanged, so just pass it takes a value. Okay, so you can say this and then see, let's say value, and then the function, and then we have the other name, which is the name. The name, what is it? The value. So value, I'll just say true. The value takes boolean. If you hover over it, it's boolean. So true simply means that it has been checked. Now if I click on this, you see nothing is happening, right? So I can say so value should be value. I can pass, no, I cannot pass value here. So here you can create a variable up here. You can even create it down there, up here, and see boo checked. Equal false. Okay, so I can pass the checked value here to, by default it is false. So when I click on it, it doesn't check, but to make it check, what you have to do is that, now this is the value. Okay, I'm just going to show you something. So when I click on it, print the value. So when I click, you see the value is true. Okay, it's only once, right? It's not checked, so when I click on it, it should be true, right? Yes. Why are you printing true, anything like that? True. It should be checked because by default it's not checked. So when I click on it, we are expecting it to change. So what we can do here is that we can call set state, okay, and then we pass this checked value, and then we assign it to the value here. What is this? So this simply means that it cannot be now, right? So it simply means that when I click on this, pass the value here to the checked. So right now it is false, so when I click, the value is true, right? When I click again, false, true, false. So now it works, right? Yeah, the same thing works for what should I use? Radio does not take this. Does it take this? Group value. Okay, I'm not looking at radio today. I think the time is we look at it some other time when we are working with forms. Okay, so I think we can look at switch. Yeah, switch is a bit closer. So this is a switch to the same thing, right? I mean, it is taking the clicks from here because I'm clicking on this container. The container is way too big, so I have to make something like 50-50. Then it will make the area. So you can see. So this is the switch, right? Yeah. Okay, so basically that's that for the switch, the check, card, and inkwell. Okay, bye.